share a story with you. It's a story about a young woman. At birth, she was given the name Diamond. I met Diamond over a decade ago, and through my work, I was able to match Diamond with a mentor, and that mentor coached her in college and career readiness. When Diamond graduated from high school, she was rewarded with a college scholarship. From the moment I met Diamond, she became a part of me. I chose to tuck her into a small corner of my heart, and as a result, she pumps drive and she pumps determination into my body every day. Much like the gemstone after which she is named, Diamond's carrot, her clarity, her color, and her cut will give you a deeper understanding of the diamond that drives and inspires me in the work that I do. The carrot, the mass. Unlike the big flashy diamonds often displayed on a finger or an ear, Diamond was understated. She was barely noticed by most. She was small, she was malnourished, she was often even hungry. It was easy to overlook her and to minimize her value. There was nothing to brag about here, or so it seemed. Clarity, the internal defects. Diamond's internal defects were caused by external forces that were beyond her control. To look at her, you might not ever know that she had been abandoned by her parents. They dropped her off. They never came back. Her parents never even called. There was little transparency here as she tried to hide her painful truth from the world. Color. When categorizing a precious gemstone, diamond color is all about what you can't see. The less the color, the greater the value. Not so with Diamond. Her color speaks to her heritage, and that heritage makes her strong, and it makes her proud. The cut, the shaping and the polishing. Diamonds are tough. They're not easily broken. The difficult process of cutting a diamond is well worth the hard work, because in the end, what remains, it is brilliant. It is beautiful. The cut is what set our diamond apart. She was eager to be shaped and polished despite life's challenges. Life chipped away here and there and even cut deeply in some places. But when her rough edges were smoothed, Diamond was beautiful. Diamond was brilliant. Even after all of these years, Diamond's story still inspires me in the work that I do. I serve as the executive director of the Educational Foundation. We are the direct support organization for our local public school system. Some of our work includes increasing graduation rates, advancing career and technical education, and providing scholarships. But we like to think of it as cutting and polishing. Our work allowed Diamond the chance to succeed, just as it has given thousands of other students, many uncut and unpolished gems, the chance to become brilliant in their own right. I could go on and on and on about my work, but what I'd really like to share today is how that volume of work is made possible through our distinctive fundraising efforts, our events. Nonprofits in general face similar challenges: donor acquisition and retention, maintaining market dominance, diversifying revenue streams, building capacity, and keeping a leg up on the competition are the cornerstones. We, in our early years, like most nonprofits, relied on traditional means of fundraising. We wrote grants, we chased after that almighty donor, and we toyed with planned giving. But when the economy faltered, we saw nonprofits slashing their services, shutting their doors, or becoming reliant on regional organizations just to keep those doors open. The foundation knew that we had to come up with a better plan to sustain and grow. Traditional fundraising had us stuck in the feudal dark ages. We had to rid ourselves of the stagnation that was just choking us. We needed to create the possibility for real change. We needed an enlightenment. We needed an awakening. We needed a new birth. We needed a renaissance. Ignoring the traditional thinking of most nonprofits and the thinking advocated in Gail Perry's article, Why You Should Ditch Your Next Fundraising Event, we decided instead to ditch the article and embrace events. But first, we had to become risk takers. Becoming a risk taker is never easy, especially when it involves the changing of an operational culture of a business, a nonprofit, for that matter, your life. You have to be ready to gamble, knowing that that outcome could possibly or probably be failure. Could the educational foundation walk away from the herd, go against the grain? Could we invest our time and energy into events while walking in the opposite direction of the status quo? Would our work become more impactful because of change? Committed, we jump forward into the world of events. The work of the Educational Foundation reaches a massive and diverse population. There are 42,000 students in our public schools, and nearly 2/3 of those students are on free and reduced lunch. We are also tasked with empowering nearly 3,000 teachers and 2,200 support staff. But now, we were unproven risk takers. In order to maximize our potential for increasing our outcomes, we had to become innovative risk takers. So, what does an innovative risk taker do? We decided to create events that were worthy of our community and worthy of our gyms. Some of the events that we've created over the years are the No Duck Left Behind rubber ducky race, Stepping Out for Education, the local version of Dancing with the Stars, and Ladies for Education, a women's golf tournament for women that do not play golf. And finally, the Lady of the Lakes Renaissance Fair. Would you humor me for a minute? If so, repeat after me. Huzzah! 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 Thank you, my noble and fine lords and ladies, and welcome to 1605 England. We humbly invite you into our village of Shrewsbury, the home of the Lady of the Lakes Renaissance Fair, a place where armored knights joust to the death, where humans yielding swords battle on a chess field, where Celtic musicians revel and period comedians command belly busters. King James, long live the king, and his royal court grace the lands of our shire, a shire where over $80,000 worth of turkey legs were gnawed to the bone at the delight of the connoisseur, where dragon milk flows freely. It has been rumored that one can actually encounter a fire-breathing dragon, ride a unicorn, or sing and dance with the fairies. But I jest, as surely one knows that fairies cannot sing. Perhaps it is the dragon's milk, because after all, it does have an 11% alcohol content. The Lady of the Lakes Renaissance Fair has been the most profitable event for the foundation since 2005. Last year, 22,000 patrons attended the fair. 53% of those were from outside of our county. The fair has an annual economic impact of $2.5 to $3 million on our local economy. Impressive? Yes, but it wasn't enough. Like all of our events, the fair had to meet a 5-point criteria as established by our board for innovation. Criteria number 1, the event had to be an immersive experience. We took 22,000 patrons, turned them into donors, immersed them into a forest full of fantasy, fun, and food, while educating them on the goals of the foundation. Criteria number 2, the event had to generate publicity. We have 5 media partners who donate over $40,000 worth of advertising space that virtually blankets the state. Our website has 83,000 visitors, and our Facebook page has 8,700 likes. Criteria number 3, the event had to have meaning, had to be fun for our volunteers, and educational for our students. The fair requires 16,000 hours to set up, tear down, and man event days. We have a 67% retention rate of volunteers. So that indicates to me that these volunteers are having fun, or they're certainly not going to be coming back. Hundreds of our drama students audition each year to become part of a 130-member interactive cast. Each one of these students will give over 100 hours to the fair. That will qualify them for the highest level of a state scholarship. We do not allow outside food vendors because we have over 200 culinary students, 7 high schools, that prepare, cook, and serve all the food at the fair. And yes, last year, $80,000 worth of turkey legs and fair food were devoured. After the fair, these same students will calculate food costs and develop plans to maximize food profits for the following year. Education Day. On Education Day, over 5,000 bright-eyed students get to experience an historically accurate working village. They dye wool, they forge, they blow glass, but of course the favorite lessons are those of fencing and archery. Our high school construction and art classes build and paint every single prop that we use at the fair. And last year, these students built an 8-foot dragon made of plaster that weighed 400 pounds. Hence the rumor about the fire-eating dragon. Criteria number 4. The event had to differentiate the foundation. We are the only ed foundation in the county, in the state, in the country, in the world to produce a Lady of the Lakes Renaissance Fair. And finally, criteria number 5, the fair had to make money. In the past 5 years, the fair has generated $1.7 million. Our intention for becoming innovative risk takers was to make money, to sustain our programs. But we had done more. We had built community, a cohesive community, a community that was connecting our gyms with social change. We were affecting the economy with increased graduation rates and post-secondary achievement. But were we also minimizing crime, affecting mental and social welfare, and reducing poverty? Yes. And in the process, we had built a coalition of over 500 volunteers that had become ambassadors of our work in the community. Diamond was a product of a scholarship program. That program has a 98.6% graduation rate. Today, we have 288 college graduates from this program. 22 of them have their masters, 8 of them have their doctorates, and six teach in our local schools. But you ask me, was Diamond one of the 288? Yes, Diamond today shines brightly as a nurse. It's not our programs that define us, it is our diamonds. The reason for risk-taking, the reason for embracing innovation, and the reason to rally community. May I ask you a question? Are you mining any diamonds in your life? If not, why not? We have proven that risk-taking, innovation, and community are the keys to success for any aspect in life. Everything we do is for students like Diamond, but there are thousands and thousands and thousands of uncut, unpolished gems that we continue to fight for. We fight to give them the leg up that they will need to become productive members of our society. Who knew? Did you know Could you even imagine? We didn't know that the leg up that our students would need would come from a turkey. Huzzah! And thank you. Thank you. Thank you.